Welcome children, continuity of the work of revision. The lesson is deep water. Children, in my last class I told you, when the narrator opened his eyes, he found nothing but water. He was entirely surrounded by water. Water that had a dirty yellow tinge to it. The water he was surrounded by looked yellow, had a trace of yellow. I grew panicky. He was very much afraid. He didn't want to lose his life. I reached up as if to grab a rope. To grab means to hold something. He extended his hands forward to hold a rope, which he thought might be there. But children, unfortunately, there was no rope there to save him, and my hands clutched only at water. He wanted to hold a rope, but what did he get? What did his hands get? Only water. I was suffocating. He thought he was going to die from lack of air. I tried to yell, but no sound came out. He tried to shout to attract somebody's attention. But children, no sound came out of his mouth. Hardly any sound came out of his mouth. Then my eyes and nose came out of the water. Then he felt that his eyes and nose had come out of the water, but not my mouth, but his mouth was still under the water. I flailed at the surface of the water. To flail, Flail. To flail means to move around wildly. He started moving around wildly at the surface of the water, on the surface of the water. But this effort on his part brought some more water into his mouth, swallowed some more water and choked. What happens when you have a feeling of choking? When something prevents you from breathing, then you feel the state of choking. That condition he was facing then. I tried to bring my legs up. He tried to raise his legs, but they hung as dead weights. But he was unable to do this work. His legs were not supporting him. They were hanging like dead weights. He was unable to move them, paralyzed and rigid. Just as a person suffering from the disease of paralysis is unable to move some parts of his body, in the same way, that narrator was unable to move his legs. What happens in the disease of paralysis? A person is unable to move his limbs, parts of his body. They do not support him because they become rigid, inflexible, unable to bend. A great force was pulling me under. He thought he found the existence of some great force that seemed to be pulling him, dragging him towards the bottom of the swimming pool. I screamed. He shouted once again. But do you think there was someone to pay attention to his screaming? His shouting? Not at all. There was no one there to hear. But only the water heard me. Here, the language used by the author is figurative. Water does not have any capacity to hear anybody's voice. But his voice, the sound, his screaming sound, was heard only by the water that he was surrounded by. I had started on the long journey back to the bottom of the pool. Once again, he felt that his body was going towards the bottom of the pool because of the effect of a great force. I struck at the water as I went down. While going down towards the bottom of the swimming pool, he used his hands and legs to strike at the water, expending my strength as one in a nightmare fights. What is a nightmare? A nightmare is a very bad dream in which you try to run away from something horrible, for example, a ghost, but you are unable to run. That ghost tries to chase you, and you find yourself unable to prevent yourself from the clutches of that ghost. This type of dream is a nightmare. So, just as a person who experiences a nightmare tries to run away from a horrible force, in the same way, the narrator here was trying to save his life, but he was unable to do. It appeared that he was fighting with an irresistible force, the force with which it is difficult to fight. That type of irresistible force he found present there. He was trying to fight with his utmost strength, but he was unable to resist that supposed force. I had lost all my breath. He was unable to breathe properly. My lungs ached. He felt the presence of pain in his lungs. My head throbbed. Let me stop at this word, throbbed. His brain was feeling a series of regular painful movements. His brain was feeling a series of regular painful movements. This is known as an act of throbbing. His head throbbed. I was getting dizzy. He was unable to maintain his position. But I remembered the strategy. But he had not lost sight of his plan, which he had devised earlier. I would spring from the bottom of the pool. What was his plan? He wanted to jump from the bottom of the pool and come to the surface of the swimming pool like a cork. Cork is a light object. This was his plan. But do you think his plan was working? I would lie flat on the water. After appearing on the surface of the water of the swimming pool, he wanted to lie there with his head downwards. With head downwards. He wanted to lie flat on the water, strike out with my arms, and thrash with my legs. He once again wanted to use his arms and legs to beat the water to reach one of the edges of the swimming pool to save his life. Then I would get to the edge of the pool and be safe. He was convinced that after using this plan successfully, he would get to one of the edges of the pool and be safe. But I don't think his plan was successful. I went down endlessly. Note the word down. It has been used twice in this line. His movement towards the bottom of the swimming pool was continuously. I opened my eyes. Once again, he opened his eyes. Nothing but water with a yellow glow. Same sight was before him. Water with a yellow glow. Water with a dirty yellow tinge. Dark water that one could not see through. The water in front of him was not transparent. He could not see on the other side of the water. It was opaque. And then sheer stark terror seized me. Children, there are some emphasizing adjectives in English, in the English language. One of them is the word seer. Seer, stark, arrant, ARRANT, arrant. These are used before nouns as emphasizing adjectives. The meaning of these emphasizing adjectives is complete. COMPLETE. And then seer, stark terror seized me. Then he was in the grip of complete terror. Complete terror. Terror that knows no understanding. That type of terror he was suffering from. He was in the grip of. Did not know any kind of understanding. Was not ready to cooperate him. Terror that knows no control. It was very difficult for him to control that type of terror. Uncontrollable terror it was. Terror that no one can understand who has not experienced it. Only the person who has passed through this type of terror, only the person who has experienced this type of terror, only that person can understand the nature of this type of terror and nobody else. Thank you, children.